Hello, friends. Welcome to Pajama Prayers. It's so good to have you with me tonight. I've looked forward to it all week, so I'm glad you're here with me. We have a great show planned, and we're going to get started with a game of hidden pictures. Are you ready to play? Good luck to you.
Can you find what's hidden in this picture? Can you find the paintbrush? Where is the safety pin? Where is the toothbrush? Can you find the golf club? Where is the iron? Can you find a pen? Can you find a magnet? Where is the banana? Do you see a flashlight? Can you find a sock? Can you find a scarf? What about a goose? Can you find a pencil? Do you see a teacup? Do you see a spool of thread? Can you find a sailboat? What about a crayon? Can you find a sneaker? Where is the fish? Can you find a hammer? What about a feather? Can you find a belt? What about a mitten? Do you see a carrot? Do you see a bell? Can you find a rake? Great job!
Wow, that puzzle had so much to look at. It was so distracting for me. Was it distracting for you? All those pretty bright colors? I didn't do very well on that one. I hope you did though, and at least I hope you had fun. We're going to move on to our story now. We have a great story tonight about friendship. The name of our story is Side by Side. Side by Side by Rachel Bright, illustrated by Debbie Cleore. Deep in the heart of Wintermouse Wood, down in the grass where the autumn trees stood, lived all kinds of creatures, some big and some small, some spiky, some furry, some short, and some tall. And here was a family of mouserly folk who nestled in burrow holes under an oak. And the teeniest, weeniest, youngest of those, who had sticky out ears and a whiskerly nose, was named Little Mouseling. She had a huge heart. She loved times together, not ever apart. But being so small, she was sometimes left out when her brothers and sisters went up and about. She would scurry and skip as fast as she could, but they scattered so far across Wintermouse Wood. "Wait for me," she would sing. "Don't run, oh, don't hide. Is there nobody here who will sit by my side?" Well, in Wintermouse Wood, you don't have to wait long for one or another to answer your song. "I'll stay by your side, be a friend when you need," came the voice of Toad Flip, who was down in the reeds. "We could bounce up and down and do backflips and jumps, then plop in the water and cool down our rumps." "How lovely," she said, since she longed to dive in. "I do like to bounce, but this mouseling can't swim." From high in the branches a voice echoed down. "Well, then I'll be your friend," bellowed Big Squirrel Brown. "We can pack up a picnic of hazelnut pie, go up side by side till we're touching the sky." "You're too kind," Mouseling replied. "We'd have such a nice time, and I do like nut pie, but I'm too scared to climb." Owl Hooty, she wanted to soar through the sky, but as everyone knows, of course, mouselings can't fly. Batty Fangs, he wanted to stay up till dawn, but even the thought of it made Mouseling yawn. She stared at the sky with her eyes big and wide. Would she ever find one who would stay by her side? And as dark came in shadows and rain dropped in drips,
The mouseling ran out of her scurries and skips. So she sat very quiet in her silvery fur. No one seemed perfectly matched for her. It seemed in this world she was out on her own. Deep in Winter Mouse Wood she felt quite alone. But someone had heard her side-by-side song, someone who'd been around all along. He popped up his head from a very small hole, a tiny foal, weenimus little black vole. He was awfully quiet and terribly shy, but he couldn't hear Mousely's tears and stand by. He peeped, "I'll be your friend," and he gave her a wink. "Shall we dance ourselves happy? What do you think?" "We could make up some songs," he said, stroking his chin. "Perhaps all of the wood will want to join in." Oh, this was her other. They'd make a great pair. If only she'd noticed he'd always been there. And now that they'd met, there was so much to do. They could do all the things you can do as a two. They could seesaw, play catch, and sit back to back. They could hide in their den and share a nice snack. They could sit and hold paws until daylight was gone. Yes, two little tails are much better than one. They were peas in a pod. They were birds of a feather. They were always best friends, whatever the weather. Two wonderful ones had found a forever, and forever is great when you spend it together. And now, side by side, they heard the same tune, so they sang to the stars and they danced to the moon. Yes, deep in the heart of Winter Mouse Wood, a friend by your side makes life twice as good. The end.
I was so happy when Mouseling found that new friend. How about you? How did that make you feel? Were you happy for Mouseling? You know, everybody needs a good friend. The Bible says so. But it also says we need to choose our friends wisely. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 27 and verse 9, the Bible says a sweet friendship refreshes the soul. Or in other words, it gives you new energy. And that's what we want, boys and girls. Choose your friends wisely and be a good friend. Well, boys and girls, we are all out of time for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show and that you will come back next Saturday night at 7 for another special story. Until then, turn to someone there with you and say, "You are worth more than you know, capable of more than you think, and loved more than you can imagine." Good night.